healthy diet doesn't have to break the bank. Dr. Casey Colin is an assistant professor of nutrition and dietetics at UNF, and she's here to explain how and what we should maybe be incorporating right now. So thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I'm seeing a theme here, a lot of red on the table. What is it about red foods that can be beneficial to our health?
So we are about to celebrate National Heart Healthy Month, and so red is a symbol of love and of heart health, but something people may not realize is that red foods actually get some of their most powerful health benefits from the actual pigment that makes them red.
Yeah, interesting. That's so interesting. So do we have to consume the fresh versions of red foods to really get the benefits?
No, and that's something that is really important in today's situation of rising food costs. There are so many people who are having difficulty purchasing foods. There's a term called food insecurity where people are having difficulty consistently having access and affordable food options.
And healthy ones at that.
Exactly. And so here we have a display of some really great fresh red foods. We have our watermelon and tomatoes, which are rich in lycopene. Cherries, which are really a powerful anti-inflammatory. But over here, we have some of the more affordable canned and non-perishable food options that have a huge benefit to our health and maybe, well, not maybe, definitely don't always cost as much as the fresh versions of these foods.
Well, shopping when they're in season too will help. With strawberries this time of year, you're going to see a little bit cheaper than you would throughout the rest of the year. So that's something good. Okay, so what are some of the other benefits here then? And I know you mentioned it has to really do with the color, which is so fascinating to me.
Yeah, and so I just chose red foods, you know, for the love theme and everything like that for the examples today. But for instance, I have a can, and I have a variety here of both name brand and generic versions of foods. And so get what's most affordable. And so this is just a combination of things I picked up, but here I have some red kidney beans, for instance. Kidney beans not only have those powerful antioxidant pigments that make them red, but they're also very rich in fiber, which we know is really important for our health, but also potassium. That's a sort of an unsung hero in heart health that we don't often hear about. Something also very interesting, and I have tomato paste and some diced tomatoes here, and different canned versions of tomatoes. Something interesting about lycopene is that we actually absorb more lycopene from tomatoes when they are cooked.
Oh.
And so although canned foods tend to be sometimes, they have a bad rap, but in this case with canned tomato products, we actually get more lycopene from those tomatoes.
So interesting. And then we were talking earlier too, she's like, I brought some salmon. It's kind of more pink, but it still kind of gives the idea. Do you want to tell us the benefit of the salmon?
Yeah, absolutely. So the fruits and vegetables have really powerful antioxidants, which help to prevent chronic disease, especially heart disease, which is our #1 chronic disease killer, for lack of better words. But we also have, I have a packet here of salmon, I have a can here of and salmon is very powerful for our heart health because of the omega-3 rich healthy fats for us. So pink or red or any color of food is going to pack a large nutritional punch for us.
Okay, and obviously it's good to have other options than fruits and veggies because there are people out there who don't like certain fruits and veggies. Do you have advice for those people?
I do. So I will not give you a list of all the things that I don't care for. It's sometimes long, depending on who I'm talking to. But we don't have to like everything. And I think it's important to try things in different ways. For instance, there are vegetables that I don't care for raw, like this beautiful red bell pepper that I purchased for my family, but I don't actually eat raw. But I like the pepper chopped and put into soups or skillet meals. I prefer it that way. And so each of us is going to have a very different way of enjoying our foods, and that's fine. But the rule with trying new foods is that we have to try it 3 different times, prepared 3 different ways, before we can declare that we don't like it.
Okay, I like that little rule. And then also, what about, you know, we talk about moderation, right? Everything in moderation. So what advice do you have for incorporating the, you know, healthier items with the more indulgent items?
I think we have to remember that health is body, mind, and spirit. And food is more than just nutrition. It's culture, it's community, it is joy in many ways, and that's okay. And so we can and should indulge in things even when they don't provide us much nutrition at all in some ways, but we just want to try to make a consistent effort to have a really big amount and variety of fruits and vegetables, whether it be canned, whether it be fresh, however we can afford and enjoy those foods.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today and telling us all about it. It smells so good. Right now, I'm like ready to dig in, and I know that it will be healthy for me. So thank you again.
Thanks for having me.
And of course, if you'd like to see this interview again, you can head to our website, and that's firstcoastliving.net.